Shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Farkadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are in truth, and sincerity to women and children and confusion of faith who follow. So today is Monday, uh, September 27th. It is the final day of the Feast of Tabernacles. So within my research and just looking up random things that has to do with the feast, I did stumble across this article. Ironically, this lesson is not going to be about the subject of this article, but Lord willing, this is edifying, and we're just going to run through it really quickly here. So it says this is from Indian Sports 11 .com, ironically, Indian, but it says former NBA athlete Shaquille O'Neal needs Jews as cheerful sukkah. So sukkah is what they is the ish name, okay, the 48 name, if you know what I mean, for the tabernacle or the actual tent or the that we made. Um, So I'll play this little video. This is the whole reason why they even made the article. Shaq made a little joke. See if it'll play real quick. Bear with me, Baba Kusha.
My favorite Jewish holiday is coming up. You know why? Because we all go out and live in shacks. Get it? Shacks. Shalom. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's a little than nothing. But when you keep reading down, that's where we're going to get to. So, it says, O'Neal performed alongside American-Israeli athlete excuse me, American-Israeli athlete Amare Stoudemire on the Phoenix Suns between 2008 and 2009. So they were teammates, and because it's speaking of an Israeli holiday, I guess they wanted to transition or in the article with a something relative to the day or whatnot. But it says American-Israeli athlete, okay, not Israelite, not Hebrew Israelite, not American Israelite. It said American Israeli. And it's going to go into it why it said American Israeli. But there's a difference between being Israeli and being an Israelite, being Jewish and being a Jew. A Jew is from the tribe of Judah. Jew is short for Judah. All right. Jewish is being like or pertaining to the tribe of Judah. Okay? And you have a people who totally stole our identity, okay? And they're calling themselves the Jewish people, and dealing with, the kingdom of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And let's let the scripture say, we're gonna get into this article a little bit more, but let's let the scripture speak real quick. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. It says, Behold, I will make them synagogue behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not. So you gotta bear with me. I got like a break in my screen is kind of difficult to read sometimes. It says, Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Okay? It says, Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not. Who is that speaking of? Who is claiming to be a Jew and is not? It is those 1948ers, the people who are in the land right now, okay? Which that land is defiled. That land can only be cleansed but by thermonuclear missiles, okay? So let's go back to the article. It says just a few years later, Stoudemire performed in the Hopel Jerusalem and Maccabi Tel Aviv basketball groups, and was the MVP on the Israeli Basketball Premier League in 2020. So Amare Stoudemire was washed up 6 years ago. About 6 years ago was the last time he played in the NBA, and I believe he averaged about a strong 5 or 6 points a game playing amongst Jake. 5 or 6 points a game. He goes over there 6 years later. 6 years later, he's got to be a strong. I'm 35. He got to be at least 35, 36, 37, 38, probably about a strong 38 years old. Because, yeah, he was in the league. He came in straight out of high school. So, yeah, he's got to be a strong 37, 38 years old. And was the MVP. Why? Because he's not Israeli. He is an Israelite. He is a Jake. He has the salt. We them boys. Shout out to the Cowboys. It's an inside joke. But let's get this real quick. This is Matthew chapter 5 and 13. It says, "Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men." And it's speaking of Israel. We are the salt of the earth. All right, we are the form of all things. Anything we put our hands on, we are going to shine in it. Especially, well, definitely amongst ourselves, but how much more in front of the nations? And it's embarrassing. I haven't even got to the point. Slakia, I apologize, but you're gonna see why it's embarrassing. Amare Stoudemire's first season with Maccabi Tel Aviv has been disrupted by the sickness. However, the non-secular hoopster has stayed in Israel. Now, that word non-secular, so secular means having nothing to do with religion. So it's the opposite. Non-secular means having to do with religion. So it's saying the religious hoopster. All right, back probably around that last season, he found out that he was a Hebrew Israelite, and he has embraced his culture. That's why it said the non-secular, hoopster has stayed in Israel and embraced the state of affairs. Stoudemire additionally completed changing to Judaism, not being a hit. It says, and I don't know how accurate this is, but it says that he's changing to Judaism, which is not what we are. We're Hebrew Israelites, all right? Not a religion. We are it's a bloodline. It is a heritage, okay? Judaism is a philosophy that those that claim they're Jews and are not came up with. All right, it's totally separate. They are off. They do, they bite the foreskin off of babies and stuff like that. Who does that? That is not our culture. They are off. But it says, the final year he had obtained Israeli citizenship. Let me bring it back. It says Stoudemire additionally completed changing to Judaism final year and had obtained Israeli citizenship. Really, bro? That's what you did? So, so you found out you was an Israelite, and you go to Israel and get citizenship? That's what you did with this gift? The Most High opened your eyes to know who you are, and you spit in his face like that? That's like getting a fresh pair of Nike Air Force Ones, some low tops, you know, all white, and then you go play 7 hours of football in a muddy, dirty field. You just ruined it. Who does that? We aren't supposed to be in that land. All right, like I said, that land is defiled. The Most High kicked us out of that land because we went off. You had those Israelites that went over to the Mona Israel, which is pretty much a dump, that they used to light trash on fire and stuff like that, and it's off. And pardon my French, but this nigga went over there and he's now an Israeli citizen. Come on, man. This is the first thing everyone learns when you become a Hebrew Israelite. This is like the day one scripture. All right, when you become an Israelite, a Hebrew Israelite, you number one, you stop eating pork, you stop smoking, and Deuteronomy 28:68. That's like day one Israelite. Fresh in this thing. It says, and it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Okay, Egypt meaning the house of bondage. All right, we were physically in bondage in the old Egypt. All right, and now we're in bondage again in the new Egypt, which is where the slaves were bought. All right, and we're still to this day we are still in slavery. All right, they might not physically have us in chains, but our mind, okay, not our mind. The Lord allowed us to see, but these people, their mind is they're still slaves. They're still under this man. Not only that, we all have these social security numbers, which makes you a slave. Your name written in all caps makes you a slave. It's so many different parallels, but let's go into the rest of the scripture. It says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. What did the Most High spake unto thee? Thou shalt see it no more again. Speaking of the land, we're not supposed to be over there. We were scattered to the four corners, but that's a no-go zone. Why would you want to be over there? And it's defiled. You got the biggest gay parade in the world, okay, in our land right now, and you want to go over there and why? That's not our culture. Do you see? you So that's what you found out you're an Israelite. So you go and party with the Israelis, and let them call you an American Israeli, even though it's gonna say it says Stoudemire addition or it says that he obtained Israeli citizenship the year prior, whereas enjoying skilled basketball within the nation. It says Stoudemire identifies with the Hebrew Israelites, so it is saying that he identifies with the Hebrew Israelites, even though it called him an American Israeli, and he has Israeli citizenship. He doesn't have Israelite or Jew or tribe of Judah or whatever tribe he claims to be from um, citizenship. He has Israeli citizenship. It says he identifies with the Hebrew Israelites, African individuals who imagine they're linked to the biblical Israelites and observe Jewish holidays. That's disrespectful, not only to him, to everyone who is in this faith, who identifies, not even identifies. Let's get the scripture, because what does the scripture say? What does the scripture say? Uh, Here we go. This is Romans 8 and 16. It says, the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. All right. So it's not that we imagine that we are those people. The Spirit beareth witness that we are those people. Who are the only people that are doing the things that the Bible say that we should be doing? It's it's those, and it's not just African Americans, okay? Because you got that disinformation out there that we are the Black Hebrew Israelites or whatnot. You know, no, we are Hebrew Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the confusion of faith. So, miss me with all that BS. And I want to get this word, imagine. All right. Because, like I said, it's very disrespectful. It says, from mid 14th century, a form of mental image of, it says to sculpt, to carve out, to paint, to decorate, embellish. They're the ones that embellishing. They imagine that they're us. You see how wicked this devil is? They imagine that they're us, and they're saying that he's imagining that we're them. But who's running the media? It says from Latin, imaginary, to form a mental picture, to picture. It says picture to oneself image. All right, read that again. Picture to oneself image. Also in late Latin, imaginare, to form an image of, or to represent. It says image, a likeness, to copy or to imitate. We just read Revelation 3 and 9. Let's go over it again. Maybe I didn't. This is like the second or third time I had to do this lesson. I'll read it again if I did. Just bear with me. This is Revelation chapter 3 and 9. It says, "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not." Okay, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come to worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. All right, not them. He loved us. Thee, us. Okay? The true worshipers, the true people of the Lord. This is disrespectful. And this nigga want to be around them. This nigga went over there and got citizenship. You ain't did the education, Amare. You ain't did the education, like Kanye said, bro. Because this is day one Israelite. You're not supposed to be over there in that land. Now you got a career. I understand that, but you chose to go over there. I'm sure you could have went to China. You could have went anywhere else in the world, but because you found out that you was an Israelite, you went over to Israel. You still went back. You went back to the devil. He's got to be under one of the sects of Israel that doesn't believe that the white man is the devil. Because there's no way that you would go and put yourself under these people if you understood who your enemy truly was. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Bear with me, Bob. This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." So why would you, if you're a Hebrew Israelite, you ain't doing the education. Why would you go put yourself under these men, under these people who are claiming to be Jews and are not? The base of men, the most vile creature on the earth, and you know who you are, and that's all you around now, and opposed to staying here in America and Babylon, okay, giving alms to the apostles. Not to say it's just about money or anything like that, but that would be the proper thing to do, okay, and come up under the true teachers, the true men of the Lord, and do it right. But you go, you go to Israel, to these niggas, to 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 the heathen. He must don't understand. I can't fathom how he don't know. But it ain't for everybody. The Lord closed their eyes, okay? Eyes, he gave them eyes that they see not and ears that they hear not. You know, all that say Lord, 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 in that day, roughly paraphrasing, he gonna say that he never knew thee. Many are called, but few are chosen. It's a lot of scriptures that are just running through my head right now, but man, it's sad. This is, like I said, this is embarrassing for him to go over there and get a citizenship, and then for them to say that he identifies with the Hebrew Israelites, African individuals who imagine they're linked to the biblical Israelites. Well, how come the Israelis who are in the actual land aren't calling themselves Israelites? It's a big fucking difference. That's why niggas gotta go. Hey, with that being said, call law Yah Bashim Yashai, Bashim Karkadash, double honors to the apostles and those of the GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are in truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and confusion of faith who follow. If you are in this truth, you see how bugged out people can be. Man, don't take this for granted. This is a gift. Cherish it. Don't hide your talents. Flip it, do whatever you can to praise and give glory to the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.